Good morning, good noon, good evening, wherever time and place you're listening to us from, straight from the 909. It's Mark, Ali, myself, Isaiah, and together,
that's hip hop.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Well, we have to talk about some news and things that have been going on. Some recent events that have transpired since the Kendrick and Drake diss beef, whatever you want to call it. We recently got news that Kendrick Lamar will be hosting the Superbowl halftime show.
Crazy.
Which is very crazy for a lot of reasons in this beef. And we'll get into that shortly. But we're going to go ahead and play the clip that Kendrick Lamar dropped. I don't know if he dropped on Instagram or YouTube.
It was on Instagram first.
It was on Instagram first. Okay. And so he dropped that. And then we'll kind of talk about some other stuff. So this is, us just kind of dissecting what we're seeing, trying to like piece it together from, that's hip hop. So let's go ahead and take a look and play it.
There you go. Give me one more.
Okay, right away from that sound, Ali, what were you telling me a bit earlier before?
Yeah, people are saying that that noise from the machine that's shooting the footballs out, that noise is possibly the noise you hear is a random noise at the beginning of 616 in LA. People are saying that that's the same noise. I don't know if that's true, but that's what people are saying.
That was in front of 616, you said?
Mm-hmm.
In LA? Let's hear it. Let's see. See if we can hear it.
So people are saying that noise is...
It's close. It sounds a little different.
Right.
It's kind of close.
Right. I think they say like on the song it's like slowed down or something. But
one of the things I noticed is he's at the 50-yard line, and he's like, "Drop and give me 50."
Oh, I didn't even catch that he was at the 50-yard line.
That's pretty crazy.
I did not catch that. Oh, yeah. Wow.
I think what's also dope too is the imagery of this big American flag behind him makes him look like a general.
We know what that means.
Yeah. So that's also
we know that shot. That's definitely a shot.
Yeah, break it down, Ali.
I mean, being right in front. I mean, first of all, obviously he's throwing shots at Drake's lack of cultural prowess, lack of cultural awareness, being Canadian and kind of poaching off American hip hop culture. And so for that, I mean, really every move he's made is kind of taking shots at that from, the pop out on Juneteenth, dropping the video on 4th of July. He drops this, the day right before the first week of the football season. And then what we're going to talk about soon, he drops another song on September 11th.
Yeah.
Like, none of that's an accident.
Dude, what you got over there? You got a biddy over here? What's going
No, I'm watching. I'm trying to pull up that tweet that Nicki Minaj was talking about.
The crash out. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was a crash out.
That made some waves.
We're going to touch on that too.
Some are saying we might have a potential Civil War II just sparking off of that with her.
It's crazy, Cameron, man. She's going nuts with that stuff.
The whole Cash Money, whole section.
It's
Lil
wild.
Wayne. Yeah.
It's wild.
I want to also just
my bad too. I'm like saying
no. Yeah, I know. The looks would lead you to believe that there was a flavor of the month I was talking to, but no. The thing I was getting to, I like the fact that you guys do mention that Kendrick actually has the U.S. flag in the background.
Yeah.
That rings to me. I don't know if we're going that deep into this, but it kind of reminds me of any type of big backdrop that you get with Citizen Kane.
Ooh.
You remember the scenes in Batman Returns with Harvey Dent.
That's true.
But then you also get various military agendas with their propaganda.
Like he's a general.
FDR would have done it. Dwight D. Eisenhower would have done it. But there's just times where you do see that. There's plenty of times at the USO shows that they'll have the American flag in the background like that. It's a way to stimulate the patriotism that you need for the Super Bowl in American sport, whereas Canada has their own Canadian Football League.
Yep.
Which I don't even know if Drake's even headlined that. So that's something to actually go into question too. But yeah, it's just something to point out with that and bring a little more emphasis on.
Good catch.
Let's watch a little bit more of it.
Come on. 2 more.
He's coaching somebody.
Just like that. You ready? Exactly. What the deal, everybody?
And the timing of this, I'm sorry to stop here, but the timing of it is also genius. Like football's,
It was perfect. It was like an hour before all the Sunday games kicked off.
Yeah,
it was perfect.
My name
timing.
Kendrick Lamar, and I'll be performing at Super Bowl 59. Will you be pulling up? I hope so. It's only one opportunity to win a championship. No round twos.
Stop it.
No round twos.
Stop it.
And that was a big one. That part, if nothing else was a shot at Drake, that was 100% a shot at Drake.
Introducing himself like no one
knows who he
I'm
is. In case you've been living under a rock this summer, you know what I mean? I'm Kendrick.
Right. And that goes after Drake posted a video, what was it?
Rasheed Wallace.
Rasheed Wallace talking about, round two.
We're going to win game two.
We're going to win it. And so this is like more of like a response to that real quick. Just
he killed that whole energy of a possible round two of this beef.
Biggest the what?
Biggest the what? He put that all to bed. No round twos. We're not engaging. I'm not doing it. No round twos.
How does third person shooter look now after this?
Oh, that's the song. If you really want to get deep, that's what kicked everything off. Right. And now with them saying, big as the Super Bowl, and now he's doing this, and apparently, I don't know how true this is, but I saw Maul say on the Roy and Maul podcast that Drake's turned down the Super Bowl like 3 or 4 times, which I don't know how true that is, but if that is true, get this,
why would he turn it down?
So the main thing, if he is like financially, it's the financials of it. You have to actually front the money for all of it. Is what I've heard.
Yeah, because you don't get paid per se to do the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's more of you're gonna get exposure.
The look is it could pay off in the long run, but up front you don't get paid for it. So that could have been a reason. It could have been scheduling obligations. Who knows? But the reason was never given. But we don't even know if that's 100% true. But that's just something that he said that in talking to him. But if that's true, and then for that to lead to this, that's gonna look like a giant fumble.
Yeah,
big time.
Denying it once,
right,
twice, 3 times. Like I like the fact that if it's nothing definitive. Like I said, there's no evidence to the claim, but it's like. Drake denied it once. We would have been like, okay, we would have taken we would have taken it less seriously. But doing it multiple times, that sounds like it's less coincidence, more believability with that.
Man, yeah. So for that to happen, and then you got this coming up, and with it being in New Orleans, though, that sparked.
Oh yes,
everybody and their mama having feelings about it, and it should have been Lil Wayne and. Lil Wayne, he did express sometime either early this year or late last year in an interview saying he would like to do it. And again, I'm not going to knock. I mean, of course Lil Wayne will want to do it. I mean, that's a great opportunity. He's in his city. He's the biggest rapper ever from New Orleans. It makes sense. But at the same time, the Super Bowl does not work like that as far as putting the home person. That happened one time with Dre and them when they did a couple years ago. And even everybody on that show wasn't from California. Mary J. Blige, 50 Cent, Eminem, it's not even a thing. Prince did the Super Bowl before, but it wasn't in Minnesota. It was Miami. It's not. It doesn't work like that. So while I understand the sentiment behind people's feelings on that, that's not how the Super Bowl works.
Yeah. And she's only riding on the fact that the relevancy of what happened last time, where there was a few LA dudes,
right,
where she didn't get the hint about the other various examples that we just showed now, where it just that doesn't happen that often. That's probably going to be maybe the last time we see that in a long time, where like the hometown artist is going to do something.
It doesn't work like that. And then what makes it even worse with all the complaining and bickering about Wayne not being on the show, what if Kendrick was going to bring Wayne out for a song or two? Like, what if he was going to do that? Now y'all ruined the possibility of that, because if he does it, now it looks like he's just patronizing to the complainers, and he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't now in that situation. Because if y'all would have just shut up and let it happen, all y'all complaining. That could have been a moment. That could have been an epic moment that Kendrick Lamar would have been up there and brought Wayne out to do a song or two. It could have did Mona Lisa, which is their song together, or he could have just had him do a Millie or something. Who knows? But it would have been a moment.
I'll play devil's advocate. I definitely do see what they're saying as far as, wanting to see Lil Wayne have that crowning moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he has had a wonderful career
Absolutely.
as an MC. He's inspired so many artists.
No lies there.
He definitely is well deserving of that spotlight.
Yes.
You know, as to turn back the clock of time or whatever. But at the same time, it's what Kendrick Lamar is trying to do here is just even more significant. Unfortunately, it just
It's a hotter
to be in
moment too.
Louisiana, but it's what he's doing. You know, for like some people mentioned that, man, he's going to be doing this now in Black History Month. I mean, what could this potentially mean for beef, like in the future? Like this is crazy. This is crazy.
It's a week after the Grammys, which not like us may win a Grammy
Right.
or two.
He may drop an album like in the midst of all this going on. It's crazy what he's doing at this moment, having that momentum.
With that being said, with Kendrick Lamar on the forefront of the Super Bowl halftime show, having guests would diminish the luster of what this event is.
True.
I agree.
That's true.
I do agree with that.
With Ali's points that he brought up, why even service the Twitter fandom, the Twitter complaining by bringing on him after the fact?
But he got to bring his boys, though. Do you think? No, he has to bring his
It's always been Kendrick, bro. Like
I know it's been him, but
But the thing is now is that okay? Say the scenario that the Devil's Advocate would want. Kendrick comes on stage, welcomes out Lil Wayne. Okay. Now we're doing that just because Nicki complained about it? Heck no.
Yeah. Right. It ruins it. You can't do it now. You can't do it now.
That's you yielding. And Kendrick, I wouldn't want Kendrick in his wildest days yielding to Nicki Minaj. I kind of want to see
Nicki Minaj, though, get on a Drake track and diss Kendrick.
That would be funny.
Her lyrical abilities is pretty crazy.
But the other thing, too, with the complaints is she's not, I mean.
Who's writing it, though?
Ghostwriters? For Nicki? I don't know. Come on. I don't know. I think Nicki got the pen.
She has a decent pen game. She does. But in this scenario, a lot of the complaints, they weren't even directed really at Kendrick. It was more Jay-Z with him being kind of the face of the Super Bowl halftime show of Rock Nation.
This is really interesting because Jay-Z has moved
Jay's
up.
been getting more of the heat than Kendrick.
He's moved up so much now. Now he's in charge of actually assigning who does these Super Bowl
He's on the board
time events, right? He's the main one that actually picks and decides that now.
That's crazy.
He's the face of it. Like he's not. It's not him alone, but he's kind of. I would say, like I said, he's like the face of it. Like how the president is the face of a lot of the things.
Some critique this, and I could understand this as well. Like that he almost kind of stopped the momentum of Kaepernick's movement, even against the Super Bowl, and that Jay-Z has put a cap on it.
Like
so there's criticisms to that too.
And I understood that in the moment, because it was still kind of fresh, you know what I mean? But I mean, we got to be realistic. I mean, it's been like 4 years. Kaepernick hasn't played in a while. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, it's one of those things where, at the time, if something was going to happen, it would have happened already.
Plus, you would want it in Jay. I feel like you would want it in Jay-Z's hands.
And at first, everybody was complaining that we weren't getting the shine, that there weren't any hip hop or R&B acts getting shown. So it's like
Taylor Swift fans could complain.
Come on now,
they could
seriously,
because she ain't gonna get a spot time. It's gonna
it may be a couple years before we see that. So it's like at the end of the day, somebody's always gonna complain about something. And at the end of the day, I feel like in this particular situation, they went with Kendrick because he's the hottest rapper right now. He has the hottest song of the year, and he does have enough catalog to warrant that stage. And they feel like, he's
for halftime sake,
and he's a guaranteed great show. Like he's a great performer.
That's another factor.
I saw some clips of them showing Lil Wayne performing.
He's not the best
wrestling.
He's not the best stage. He was at WrestleMania. Yeah. He's not the best stage performer. He's not terrible, but comparatively to Kendrick, it's night and day.
The fact that he's on record as saying he doesn't remember a lot of his lyrics. Yeah. Why would I even, as the showrunner, if I was like trying to get a concert going, why would I have that variable in my concert? Like, and granted, Lil Wayne has his own concerts because he's forefront the show and all that, so he gets to be on his show. But if you're running the show and some guy says like, "Hey, I just go out there," I'm like, well, you're not just gonna go out there on my show.
Not at the Super Bowl.
At the Super Bowl,
the biggest event in the world, the biggest one-day event in the world. Like there's no bigger one day event in the world than the Super Bowl. And then like they said, like I think I heard somewhere he has like teleprompter for some of his lyrics at his shows because he forgets them.
It's not a good look,
you know. And he's even, I mean, again, props to him for being, you know, transparent and honest about it, because he was like, he's like, I don't write my lyrics down. I don't, like, once it's out, so I don't really remember them like that. And he has so many songs and this, that, and the third. Like he forgets.
Can you imagine trying to remember all those different songs?
Like he just said, I flat out don't remember my lyrics like that for a lot of my songs. So why would you even risk that for the Super Bowl?
Right. Do you think they're gonna actually play out like the whole not like us? You know, Charlemagne said that there's no way they're gonna let him call him a pedophile.
I think the smart way for Kendrick to do it, you play the hook and you play that third verse, the one where he's going at a bit for being a colonizer. That's the verse you do.
And actually like play some hits in between that to where it's like it's not all about
because he can't be all about now like
plus
this.
After that, you also have the chant. Well, Ovi Ho though, like how do you do that?
I mean, he could. I mean, because he ain't got to say it. The crowd's gonna say it.
The crowd's gonna say it.
The crowd's gonna say it.
Everyone at home is gonna.
You know what I mean? Everybody at home is gonna say it. So to me, that's the best way to go about it. I skipped the first two verses.
But he can't say A minor. He can't.
He might.
Yeah, because verbatim, it's a key.
Yep.
It's a key. Yeah,
he might do that. The A minor part he may do.
If he has a piano and he just points at the piano.
Points at the piano.
Like specifically the A minor.
A minor. Oh man.
A minor.
Oh, that would be devastating. That would be devastating. That's worse than my idea. First.
My idea.
That would be crazy.
I just put it on live that I'm not a good showrunner for the Super Bowl.
Oh,
let him do it. A minor, let him.
That would be hilarious. But then we also got to talk about, in the midst of all this noise, Kendrick just dropped a song last night that it was crazy.
Dog, on 9/11 you drop a diss?
Crazy. And it's not even, I mean, there are shots at Drake on the song, but it's like he's going at the entire industry. That's what I feel. Yeah. Like
it's expanding now. It's unraveling.
Yeah, this is way bigger
like
than
a movement in a way, and more than it is.
Drake still got his shots, but it was, I would say, maybe 8-12 bars at Drake. The rest, he's like, he had a line where he said something like, "I'd trade all y'all for Nip." I'm like,
or where it was like, what would Lecrae do?
Ooh, that was a deep one.
Put on Lecrae.
That was a deep one. That was a deep cut. Yeah, for him to say that, you know, I wonder what Lecrae would do. Fuck him up more. See what Prayer do.
That's he's deep. Gonna have Lecrae acting worldly now.
Like, he's literally like, he's balanced. He's like that spiritual warfare that he even. That's why I feel like that song was like an expansion of 616 in LA. I feel like because it was like he had that elements of the inner spiritual warfare of like, man, you know, I'm a good person. I'm trying to, you know, be spiritual, this, that, the third, but I got to cut this dude's head off right now. Right. Like that's like there was a scene. I'm not saying a scene, a lyric in that song where it almost felt like he was like repenting before sinning, if you will. Right,
exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, Lord, forgive me for what I'm about to do, but I got to take this dude's head off. I'm about to go dark for a couple songs. Yep. Like, for a few songs, I got to go there.
Yeah.
That was the energy I got from 616 in LA. And this song, I feel like, expound on that, from his frustrations with the industry, the propaganda by media, shot some more shots at Drake, and really, like I said, just the game in general. Yeah. And it's a dope ass song.
It's a dope track.
Apparently, there's so much symbolism in what Kendrick's doing. Since he actually dropped on 9/11, there's going to be 2 tracks.
Yep, that's what people think. That's what people think.
2 planes, 2 tracks.
People think there's another one coming.
Oh, that's too much.
Hey, well, I was up all night waiting for a second one.
What if this is an inside job?
Could be.
Really?
Stay tuned.
Government perpetuated tracks from Kendrick.
We'll see. We will see, but
I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm not doubting that.
I'm putting nothing past him at this point. I'm putting nothing past him at this point. Yeah. And unfortunately, I just feel like on the Drake side of things, it's just prolonging the L. That's the thing. Like from now
and Drake
till
is
February,
putting out so many tracks, and they're not getting.
None of them are hitting.
Yeah, they're not sticking at all.
Like I'm holding off from making the final take of this, but it's feeling very Ja Rule-ish right now. It's starting to feel that way. Like it's starting to feel like that. Like I'm gonna give it a little time before I officially just say that. But right now it feels like no one cares when Drake just dropped like between his features and the songs he's put out like 11 songs.
Right.
None of them have hit. We've
And
never
he's
seen
made
Drake.
some
go.
bangers too.
Yeah.
Some of them were actually decent. None of them have
nothing.
hit. Nobody has cared.
My Drake and Chew pins are selling though. That's a surprise. I think it's more of the mockery now. So like those are the only things to take it off.
Notorious Pin, shout out.
Shout out to Notorious Pin on that one.
I got work on my Kendrick Pokey rapper now.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be interesting to see. But like I said, just when we thought this was over,
You make a good point though, because from this point on, I didn't even know he dropped 11 joints,
yeah.
and he has a bigger grasp on the mainstream. He has actually a finger on the pulse of the mainstream because he spans out to R&B and pop and hip hop. But the fact that he's not even creating any action with any of those,
None.
because
He put out 2 like house records. He put out 2 songs with I
Tried
forget
everything.
I forget the girl's name. It's a Spanish singer, but 2 songs with her. He put out 3 songs from his first 100 gigs. One of them had 21 Savage and Young Thug, and then one had Lotto on it. Then the second 100 gigs, he put out 3 more songs. The highest charting of all those songs was 28.
wow,
For Drake, that is insane.
Camellia Cabello.
There it is. He had 2 songs on her album, Bricks. He put out 2 songs
Even
with that
Sexy Red. Even that
Sexy Red one. That made a little noise for like a week or 2.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
Nothing. Like they're not hit. Like I said, I'm holding off from officially calling it the Ja Rule thing, but it's starting to feel like that.
Hey, Bad Bunny, it's Drake. I was just wanting to see if you could return my call. I need a collab real
See,
quick.
I mean,
for the
it's
sake
like-
of-
Because yeah, he even did track was 21 Savage in them. Still.
That was
calling
the one,
everybody.
That
He's
was the
calling
one.
the troops.
That was the one that hit 28.
Yeah.
But that's it. It dropped. Like it was the first week. It was 28. The next week it dipped down to like 60 something.
a joint with 21 Savage is not even higher than 21.
I didn't know 21.
That's wild.
So we're gonna see,
28
man. But
Savage.
it's gonna be a.
Chases dude to 28 Savage. Yo.
We're gonna see. But
Yeah.
come February,
It's crazy to see the after effects of a diss like that. Where
is.
it's like,
It
I think it's a worse downfall than cannabis.
or ever, because the difference was the height of the fall. Like
Yeah.
that's what makes it so crazy. Like this is the
A multifaceted one too, because he doesn't concentrate on just hip hop
I think
either.
the best advice was to take some space.
that's the one thing
Make
he
people
has
miss
not
you.
done.
That would have been the
Yeah.
best.
How can I miss you if you
serious.
don't go away?
Take some time, even at least 6 months. I would even say a year.
But he's trying not to fall off.
he
He's trying to like show no scratch.
Right, because he keeps trying to put this narrative like I'm unbothered. I'm unbothered. No, you're not. You're bothered. It's okay.
J-Lo single.
They're singing.
Well, I'm saying like have them hook up, start
That's the
stir
move.
some shit up.
That's the move, huh?
If they paid her to do it,
They
yeah,
paid her.
yeah, I'm sure.
That's the move. He got to do something because
He needs to pull
It's
like a
bad.
Rihanna or something.
He
Like,
needs to date Rihanna again.
again, he take her from ASAP. Well, that's gonna make that beef even worse.
Do something.
We're gonna see, man. But yeah, come February, it's gonna be a long month. It looks like because, like I said, we got the Grammys and then the Super Bowl right after. And if not like us wins a Grammy,
I like
yikes.
Pusha T's like tweet on it. He's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
sounds true.
Sounds true to me. The no round twos. Yeah, he posted in his story.
That's fire. So peace to K Dot. Can't wait to see the Super Bowl halftime show. I know it might rattle a few that are out there, but you know what? You know, Lil Wayne still has made an impact.
Absolutely.
He'll still have his moment. We just right now there's just something that's more pressing at the moment
necessary.
that needs to be done.
Yeah.
And I think it's even bigger than Drake. He's an example right now. He's the tail on the donkey, as they call it, right at the moment.
Yeah.
But you know, it's something that needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
The great Eric Bischoff once said, "Controversy creates cash."
Ooh.
So,
In order to build, you must first destroy and rebuild as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. So he's tearing down some walls that have to be
I'm
torn
all
down.
for it, man. We need some change, man.
Yeah. So for those who are listening, please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to like the show. We're just on the edge of 600 subscribers. We just need that one more. It's you watching right now.
Yeah.
You are the one. You're the one. And I want you, if you subscribe, right under in the comment section, if you could just put like, hey, I kicked you guys to 600.
I'm number
or-
600.
Yeah, whatever like that.
We'll shout you out.
We'll shout you out. Also, I was telling the fellas that I wanted to, just take some time to read a comment or two just from our page because some some people leave some dope comments, and I just want to read at least one that was
Good morning,
dope.
good noon, good evening.
All these like auto starts.
Well, the power of editing will delete those out.
Yeah, sure. There was a commenter on the trap music album review, which we just had released not too long ago. This T.I. is all about making money, and you can hear it in so many different ways in his music. Stay on the grind, keep hustling, make money any way possible. I'm not from the hood, and I don't sell drugs, but I would. I work construction, and I'll be out there at 11 p.m. nailing shingles to someone's roof. Mark's done something similar. You can relate to that.
That's tough work.
Just hustling. And when I'm done for the day, I jump in a truck and bump Rubber Band Man. It motivates me.
If he's roofing in the South, bro, that's tough already. That's hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
It's motivation music for sure, man. So
Yeah.
shout out to you for that comment.
Yeah, shout out to
big
you for
shout
that
outs to
comment. Big ups. Thanks for listening. And keep commenting on the show, guys. We'll shout you guys out, read the comments, and it's pretty dope. Peace, one love. Do you want to do this special? Yeah.
To the MCs, if you drop a mic, drop a like. And a sub, too.
The fast version.